Black holes, those dark, enigmatic objects lurking in the depths of space, are known for their extreme gravity that warps the fabric of time and space itself. But what if one of the smallest black holes discovered so far suddenly decided to make a detour and enter our solar system? What would happen to Earth and the rest of the planets? In this thought-provoking, albeit hypothetical scenario, let's dive into the potential consequences if the smallest black hole, about 3 to 5 times the mass of our Sun, passed through our solar system at high speed and potentially came closer to Earth. Let's explore what this cosmic catastrophe might look like and whether our planet could survive such a close encounter. A black hole's approach, a journey from deep space. Imagine this scenario. A black hole, far smaller than the supermassive black holes that sit at the centers of galaxies, is zooming through space at a velocity of approximately 240 kilometers per second, a speed comparable to the movement of the Sun around the center of the Milky Way galaxy. Now, instead of remaining confined to the distant reaches of space, this tiny black hole decides to make a move toward our solar system, potentially passing within just a few astronomical units of the Sun. To give you a sense of scale, an astronomical unit is the average distance between the Earth and the Sun, about 93 million miles. So this small black hole would be dangerously close to our solar system, close enough to disrupt the delicate gravitational balance of our planets. While the black hole itself would be nearly invisible, measuring only around 5 kilometers in radius, its mass 3 to 5 times that of the Sun would still exert a tremendous pull on the objects it encounters. The speed and size of the approach. How fast is fast? When you think of black holes, you might picture immense, slow-moving giants. But in this scenario, the black hole is a small one, perhaps just a few times the mass of our Sun. In comparison, this makes it much smaller than the supermassive black holes that typically inhabit the centers of galaxies. Despite its relatively small size, its speed is blistering, traveling at 240 kilometers per second through space. This speed is mind-boggling compared to most objects in our solar system. But what truly matters here is the black hole's gravitational force. Its pull, though it's spread over a relatively small area, would be incredibly potent. It's moving quickly through the solar system, and its gravity would immediately start disturbing the orbits of the planets, especially those in the inner solar system. The effect of the black hole's gravity, disturbing the solar system. As the black hole enters the solar system, the first thing you would notice is the gravitational disturbances. Planets, asteroids, and even comets that happen to be in the way would begin to experience dramatic changes in their orbits. The black hole's gravitational force would stretch out the paths of planets like Venus and Earth, pulling them off course and possibly flinging them into interstellar space. The fast-moving black hole, although relatively small, would begin to slingshot Venus outward from its orbit. Earth, too, would feel its gravitational tug, shifting its position slightly and pushing it further from the Sun. It's almost as if the solar system would begin to come apart at the seams. As this black hole flies through, the rest of the planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, would likely be flung out of the solar system entirely. Orphan planets and the fate of our solar system. One of the most catastrophic effects of this black hole's passage through the solar system would be the fate of the planets. Many of the planets, such as Saturn and Jupiter, could be left without a sun to orbit around. These rogue planets would drift through the galaxy, forever detached from their parent star, the Sun. This type of event, where a star passes too close to another star or stellar system, is incredibly rare, but it's not unheard of. If such a close flyby occurred, one or more planets could be sent adrift, essentially becoming orphan planets and no longer tethered to any solar system. In this scenario, Earth might remain in orbit around the Sun for a while, but that would be far from the only problem. The planet's fate. Would Earth survive? What would happen to Earth itself if this black hole's path brought it dangerously close? The gravitational forces at work would be enough to start tearing Earth apart, bit by bit. As the black hole's gravity intensifies, the oceans, atmosphere, and land would begin to pull away from the planet's core. The tidal forces exerted by the black hole would be so powerful that chunks of Earth would be flung off, causing massive disruptions on the surface. In this scenario, Earth wouldn't simply be destroyed immediately. Instead, the planet would gradually lose mass over time. As the black hole's pull gets stronger, more and more debris would be ejected from Earth, contributing to a growing accretion disk of molten rock and gas surrounding the black hole. The death of Earth, a shredded planet. If the black hole came even closer to Earth, it wouldn't just pass through. It could capture the planet, pulling it into a deadly orbit. At this point, Earth would begin to break apart completely, becoming an unrecognizable mass of molten rock and debris. You could imagine witnessing this scenario from the surface of Earth. The sky would be filled with fiery chunks of the planet, all spiraling toward the black hole as it slowly pulls Earth apart. The heat generated by these tidal forces would be immense. The core of the planet would become superheated, and the surface would turn into a molten mass, covered with fiery debris. Massive tsunamis, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions would devastate everything on Earth. Life would be impossible to sustain. The gravitational forces would also affect the Moon, slowly pulling it toward Earth and possibly even causing a collision between the two. The black hole's power, a cosmic ring of destruction. As the black hole's gravity continues to tear at Earth, it would create an accretion disk around itself. This glowing disk would be made up of the remnants of our planet, material torn from Earth's surface and heated to astronomical temperatures. If you could somehow see this from a distance, it would be a stunning sight. The destruction of a planet, giving birth to a beautiful yet terrifying cosmic ring. Meanwhile, the black hole would continue to grow as it absorbs more and more matter from Earth. Over time, the Earth would fade from existence, and the black hole would remain, now surrounded by the newly formed accretion disk. This would be a slow process, but one that would eventually leave our planet as nothing more than cosmic dust. The Moon's fate, the final blow. As Earth is pulled apart, the Moon's fate would also be sealed. The tidal forces from the black hole would draw the Moon into its orbit, and eventually the Moon would be captured by the black hole. Or it might collide with Earth or even the black hole itself. The result would be spectacular, as the Moon too would break apart, contributing further to the growing accretion disk. The end of our solar system. In the grand scheme of things, this hypothetical scenario demonstrates the immense power of black holes and their ability to disrupt entire solar systems. While this exact event is extremely unlikely, it serves as a fascinating thought experiment about the potential consequences of a rogue black hole passing through our solar system. If such a black hole ever did pass close enough, it would be the end of the solar system as we know it, with planets like Earth and Venus thrown out of orbit or destroyed altogether. Ultimately, our solar system would cease to exist in its current form, and Earth would be nothing more than a memory, swallowed by the gravitational maw of a black hole, its remnants scattered across space, forming a new cosmic ring. The idea of such a cataclysmic event is terrifying, but also awe-inspiring, reminding us of the vast and uncontrollable forces at work in the universe. While the likelihood of this happening anytime soon is minimal, it's always intriguing to imagine what could happen if the smallest black hole in the galaxy decided to pay us a visit. And there you have it, the unimaginable power of a black hole and what could happen if one decided to pay us a visit. Pretty wild, right? Imagine watching Earth being torn apart, all while a cosmic beauty is created from our planet's ashes. If you enjoyed this mind-bending journey through space and science, don't forget to smash that like and hit that subscribe.